here we are with a Sony demo, and already I'm going to tell you the luminosity coming off of this TV is ridiculous. Not like the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen, but right now you're looking at SDR. This is not HDR, so we switched over, and I'm going to tell you right now, it's pretty darn impressive. Had a Sony TV had this level of pop, punch, and pull, I would have been like over the edge with just how fast I would have purchased the thing. This right now is something truly special. Every color, every glow, everything. And I'm like looking at this and I'm really looking at what they've done this year, and it really does look pretty special. I'm gonna really work on these settings because now I really feel like maybe there's something hidden in the TV that allows it to get this way. Could be that auto HDR remastering thing. I'm not sure, but it is not a feature within the TV itself that you can toggle on. So maybe it's just something at the processor level that you've kind of just got to trust, like Sony with their cognitive processing. Maybe auto HDR remastering is something like that. But I'm going to run this back, right? For everybody that wants to know the demo, by the way, this is the Sony Bravia 4K UHD test pinball OLED video HDR. Always a mouthful with some of these titles, but I'm telling you right now, it looks pretty darn impressive. And the most impressive part is as it spins around and goes down this little thing, this part, all the little lights twinkling like that, that was super duper impressive. Back in the Q8FN era, this demo was pretty much my main bread and butter of like how I compared things. And I'm gonna lower down the ISO so you can see a little bit more of what's happening on my end, but man, when I tell you this crap is impressive, like it looks so good. Like, I have not made any adjustments to HDR whatsoever. And HDR just slaps so hard. Like, I've never seen a TV that's HDR look this good out of the box. Keyword there, out of the box. Now, I don't know if it's going to need more limit pledge down the road, but so far, so good. I mean, like, every little highlight on the train track, the sky looks beautiful. I mean, like, the tracking on this with the EOTF is just brilliant. Like, I can see it. I can see highlights not blowing out, not clipping. So I think this year Samsung really wanted to meet the challenge of everybody saying Samsung's overly bright in HDR and therefore Sony's immediately king. I think Samsung wanted to shut that up because this is incredible. They're not playing around here. And I like seeing this because, again, I've been using this demo for years. You're not going to fool me on what it looks like, right? And I think when I have content that I'm so familiar with and I'm putting it up on the screen and I'm seeing the surfboard diving and moving around and all this good stuff, you can really start to see the colors like now in the blue. It just pops so hard. And again, I still see clipping because of how bright this TV is, so I do apologize for that. I don't know how dim to make it, you know? At least for this, because it's just so dynamic. There's a lot of stuff happening on the screen right now. This looks incredible right now. And I have it set to active HDR tone mapping. Really mind-blowing stuff here. So yeah, this is a win. HDR, I'm going to give it a solid thumbs up. And right now for HDR, I'm going to give it like an 8 out of a 10 because I'm actually impressed. And I really want to see more HDR stuff, surprisingly, because of just how well this TV handles it. So how is the Samsung S95C as far as my first impressions goes? Well, it's pretty darn good. I gotta say, HDR is one of the things that really in the early going surprised me the most, I would say, which I didn't expect going into this. I also like the nice little new additions that they've added in terms of like the speakers. That's actually really well balanced. I didn't expect that. Now, I feel like the S95B has the more room-filling sound or the richer sound, but this is also refined in its own way, and I think I can appreciate the new menu interface where it goes through little things that are playing in the background. I like that when you sync up your phone, you have something going versus just a plain black screen or just turn the screen off. Another thing that I actually really like about this display is the anti-reflective coating. I think they did a great job with that this year. They were kind of struggling with that last year with the S95B, and they definitely fixed that. Not so great. I don't like the stand assembly. I think that's a pain in the ass. I think the build quality is absolutely unacceptable. It's very cheaply made, hollow plastic. That does help make it a little bit lighter since the stand is really heavy, but it is something that is a bit more annoying for me personally. Again, I do like the HDR colors though. I think that's one of the things that are really beautiful. SDR is going to need calibration out of the box, doesn't matter what anybody says, but HDR definitely seems to be the much more impressive of the two. I think that was where they put all their energy. Of course, we're going to have to see it with more content, but so far I think it's a really awesome TV that has a lot of room to impress you. So that's really it for the first impressions. Not a whole lot for right now, but keep it locked because I guarantee you there's going to be more on this. Thanks for watching the #1 brand in honesty, and until the next video, I'll see you guys later.